Morning, everybody. How's everybody today? Hope everybody's doing well. Good morning, Lisa. How are you today? Hey, Michael, how's it going? Thanks for coming in. Thanks for everybody for coming in. On the Facebook side, come over to YouTube, the YouTube channel, and chat along with everybody. And everybody can chat along with you. Hi, Jerry. No, it's the same, Jerry. It's going to be the same for a while. It's been years, so got to live with it, I guess. Yeah, happy April Fools. I don't know if there's going to be too many jokes going around these days. Not with what's going on in the country today. Yesterday, they made an announcement that we're going from schools going back April 15th to now May 1st. So that's interesting. And we're still on now a 30-day lockdown, in-home sequestered, whatever they want to call it. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Going to be interesting times. Hello, Uncle Bees. Good morning. How are you? Yeah, I've tried everything. Excuse me, even the last injections I got. After the injections, they thought that I should be a lot, like 80% better. And I wasn't. They said, "Are you sure?" And I said, "Yeah." And they said, "Well, relax here for a few minutes." And, it wasn't. And then it steadily got worse and worse again. Good morning, Jerry. How are you doing? Good morning, Dee. Hey, Philly Picker's in the house. What's happening? I had C5, C6. I think that's what mine is. 5, 6, and 7. They injected on both sides. Excuse me. They were going to do it twice. They said if it doesn't give you relief, if it doesn't work, they'll go in for the third time and do it what they call a facet, where they actually burn the nerve, which will stop the pain going to my brain to let me know there is no pain. and they said you should get relief 6 months to 12 months because then the nerve grows back. You know, I don't know. I don't even want to talk about it. Morning, no money. G, how are you today? How is everybody today? First day of April already. I know. I'm right there with you, Lisa. Right there with you. So how's everyone today? Did everybody do any sourcing this morning? Well, my camera is really close. Anybody do any sourcing this morning? Anyone go on to Facebook Marketplace and do some sourcing that way to see what's out there? Yep. Yeah, I was just saying that, Jerry. May 1st. It's weird. We went shopping the other day after I had to go to the post office to drop off all my shipments. We let me just adjust this. There we go. So it's close enough. So I had to go to Staples. I needed a couple of special size boxes that they didn't have. And it was weird walking around the store. It was like 3 of us in the store. It was really crazy. And then we went to Walmart. On the way going, like almost all the stores were closed. It was amazing. Dunkin' Donuts was open. But I'm not doing coffee the last 3 weeks. I'm doing tea now. Two PS1 systems. Nice. Very nice. I have a few. I have like 3 Wii sets, a couple of PS3s, a couple of Xbox 360 that I just been putting aside to try to half of them are complete. I want to get the other half complete, and then I'll put them out as systems, complete systems. I have a guest. I had no guest today and tomorrow, unless anyone shooting ultraviolet light on the products on the shelves. That could be just restocking, Lisa, because there's a barcode on the label. I only know that because I'm a former assistant manager at Walmart. There's a barcode on that shelf label, and if it sees the levels low on the shelf, it'll order the product. Although every time you go through the cash register, when they scan it and you pay, that all goes to home office. So they say, hey, they're selling 6 of this, so let's get them 6 more. This is hot. Let's double their order on this. So that's why a lot of times they don't know what's coming on the truck. It's all automated unless they special order. If you see one of the department managers walking around, now their scanner's only this big. When I was there, it was like a whole gun thing. If they're scanning and they put an amount in, or they're building an end cap, what they call it. So they do that to sanitize at least. I don't know. I think it's just checking stock and ordering. I don't think it has anything to do with sanitizing. No. All the Walmarts, I guess, from what I heard yesterday on the news, I thought it was just around here because almost every Walmart here is a super center, and that means they're open 24 hours a day. Back home, when I was there with them, Walmart was a new company, so that was 25 years ago. There was the only one that was open 24 hours a day was Salem, New Hampshire. Everybody else closed at 9. Here now, they're open from 6 to 8. And they say that overnight they're not only restocking the shelves, but they have another team going around spraying everything down and sanitizing for the customer's protection, which is a good idea. And I forgot what I was talking about, but that's okay. Worked at Walmart 5 years. My mom was 50. My sister was 27. Yeah, I've been with them. I was with them 5 years. And when I transferred down here to Florida, and I said, that's it for me. I spent a year as management with Target too, up back home. That's when Target first came into New England. They were a new company. Walmart was new. But down here, they're lifers. Back home, you wouldn't find a department manager that was a department manager of the store for 10, 15, 20 years. Down here, it's 10, 15, 20 years. It's crazy. Crazy stuff. Oh, cool. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm gonna myself. I looked a little bit at Facebook Marketplace yesterday, and it's weird. I wish they would. I don't know. You look at the ads, and it's put up last week, put up 2 weeks ago. I wish they could just do the new. You could sort by everything by just the new stuff, but I think it's mostly about what you're interested in. And I don't know. Look around a little, but I think now people are just. A lot of them are just asking a lot of money, and let go and offer up. I guess offer up, bought, let go. So it's all going to be, they don't know if they're going to be one company now or still have the two companies, but they're going to spend more money on marketing. So those companies should start to boom pretty soon too. I know I was on Facebook Marketplace because I have that. If any of you came to the auction the other night, I have that slot machine. And when I first put it up, they pulled it because no gaming machines you could sell. So I had to put it as was a Japanese anime game machine or something like that. I had to change it from slot machine. Yeah, that's true, Jerry. That is true. Hey, Deb, how are you? Mike. Guess what day it is? Tons and tons of lowball offers. Yeah. Although you got to think about it, Lisa. Tons and tons of lowball offers. I look at some people on Facebook Marketplace. They'll have 10, 20, 30 items up. And I will ask them, how much for all of them? And they'll throw me a price. This is not, they'll throw me a price like $700, $800. Where I says, no, I'm into it for 200. I'll do 200 if you want to sell it. Because maybe the people giving the lowball offers are already knowing or thinking that they're going to resell the stuff. That's what I do. And I told a couple of people, that didn't sell the stuff a month later. I says, hey, my 200 offer is still good if you want it. And some people are too proud. They don't want to. There's actually one offer out there that's been out there for 3 months. He's still advertising. He still refreshes it every couple of weeks, I think it is. But he could have had 200 3 months ago. Might get loud here in a minute. I think I hear the landscapers coming. And I have the windows open. It's like 57 degrees here this morning. So I opened up the windows, let the fresh air in, let the dog go. Right, Maddie? Maddie? Right? So yeah, I mean, there's still good places to find some stuff. Definitely good places to find stuff. As maybe some of you have seen, I have an ad out there that's starting next Monday. I'm changing the show from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. every day. And this Friday, I have a guest coming on, old friend of mine that has a comic shop for probably 30 years, 40 years maybe. We're going to talk about why there's no new comics. I don't know if everybody saw the news, but they're not shipping in any new comics. And the new comics for this week are at the printers, but nobody's getting them. So we're going to talk about how long that might go on. And I've been looking at posts and different boards and stuff, how some of these smaller comic shops are not going to survive, because that's what they survive on is new books. A lot of them order toys and stuff from the distributor, and the distributor's not letting anything out. So it's going to be interesting to see how and if they survive through all this. Yeah, I had to search for more tokens because when I bought this one, yeah, I mean, if I was in New Hampshire, I could have it converted, but because there's a company there that I used to drive by all the time. That's what they do. They restore and sell all these gaming machines and stuff. I can't find anybody here, but when I bought this one, I got it at auction, and then I was on a roll. I says, I want another one, and I want another one. So I had 3 of them, I think, at the most. Last time we went home, I threw one in the back of the truck, and I took it home to my son. Now he has it in one of his game rooms. It's a 3-month wait. I don't know what Jerry's talking about. The owners of my old comic shop in Phoenix just retired and now liquidating. Oh, good time to buy. Good time to buy, yeah. I know that, I don't know. I mean, I had a comic shop at, 2 at the time. Well, we closed and then reopened, different name and stuff. I see, oh, when you order from previews, yeah. I see people selling like boxes of comics, like a small box or a long box. Long box is about 250 to 300, depending if they're bagged and boarded. And they say, oh, there's 300, so it's like $300 minimum. So I'm going to ask $500 for it. And they go through the books, and I say it's filler stock. And then what's that? And I says, well, when we own a comic shop, we would call that filler stock. They're quarter books. It's just what you get to put in the store to make it look like you have a ton of books. You may have 1 or 2 books that are worth a few bucks, but it's not worth that much at all. They're filler stock. And somebody told me yesterday, hey, somebody's auctioning off a box of comics. And I said, I seen it. They went through it. I said, it's mostly filler stock. There's 3 books that are probably worth $5, $10. So it's not worth it. But yeah, when you get into something and when you start selling the same thing over and over again and buying it and, collecting it and stuff, you get to know what the stuff is worth and what you should be paying. That's why it's hard to branch into another area, but you don't know until you start doing it. My camera's shaking. I'm not in Idaho. It's just so bad. Those people, they had that earthquake. That was weird. So everybody listing today, April 1st, don't forget 50,000 new free listings on eBay. Of course, you'll have to pay the piper in May, but take advantage in April. They're free, so you're saving, 25 cents every listing. So it's worth it. Is Tiffany in Idaho? I forgot. That's right. I forgot. Lisa, in my estimation, as long as you look at comics from the 60s and 70s and possibly early 80s, and you get them at a decent price, you should be fine. The late 80s through the 90s and on, they started to print millions of copies. So it's very tough to find something like that. Hey, Adam, how are you? But if you stick with, I'll even go as far as saying the 50s. If you stick with 50s, 60s, 70s comics, superhero ones, sometimes in the 60s, if you have like the cartoon ones or the cowboy ones, if they're in good condition and you get a good deal on them, you should be okay. Yeah, it's true, Jerry. I haven't been into many here, but it's true. April is in Idaho. Oh, wow. Wow. April Morris, I think she goes by her on her YouTube channel ID. Yeah, but Lisa, comics are decent. If you're going to buy them and sell them, if you're going to buy them and pull them away, put them away. Oh, yeah, Tiffany Cool Finds. Yeah. Yeah, Adam, she comes in once in a while. Yep. I did make the announcement, Adam, that I don't know if you saw the ad that I put together. Starting Monday, I'm going to be on at 4:00 now, 4:00 in the afternoon, not 4:00 in the morning, 4:00 in the afternoon. And Lisa, you can always go on to online comics price guide or price guide comics price guide online, something like that. It's very good. You could type in the title and the issue number or go by Marvel or DC or Dell or whatever, and it comes up with the value, not only the value, but in different conditions. And I don't know if you could see, those are slabbed there. You can't see, like Captain America, you could see that's a 4. Deathlock is an 8.5. Those are grades. Wow, this is really tight. Those are grades. So every little bit. She's okay, Adam. She did an auction last night, I understand. Every little crease, every little dent, when you have browning on the bottom of the sides, like that Captain America I have, there's from 1954. Everything takes away from the grade. I think now my God, how long I've been doing comics? Since I was 16. The only time I saw a true mint, which they would put at a 10, which is very, very unusual, was 3 times. That's it. Even we would get them straight from the box. They still don't count it, a lot of times as a 10. 9.8 is what you'll see a lot. But yeah. But there's, Plus, it's fun. And when we were kids, myself and my friends, when we used to play football in the street or whatever, and once a week we would go get the new comics at the, what was it called, Rainbow Spa down the street. It was a soda fountain place, whatever you call those. That's where they actually had the paper cup in the holder. They would add the syrup and then the soda water and mix it up, and there's your Coke. And then on the rack on the wall, he would have all the magazines. I would buy Famous Monsters and comics. My friends would buy comics. And then when we started to go to different places, riding our bikes, drugstore. Sorry. Huari. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right. How you doing? Come over to Facebook page and you could chat along with everyone, and everybody can chat with you. But yeah, we used to go to the North End, and we lived in Somerville, so we were crazy back then. But we would go to this one place that had a whole bunch of books, and then also when we no, I don't. When we were young and buying books, when you owned a magazine store, whatever, when it was time to get the new books and return the old ones you didn't sell for credit, they didn't have to return the whole book. They just had to return what's called the masthead. So they would cut off the top of the book on the cover and send that back for credit, because that's where it said how much it was and the date and everything. So then they would sell these books. So I don't think I have any more from back then, but I mean, I had some decent books, with just because I wanted to see them, and he would charge, I don't know what it was, a few cents for them or something like that, because he was already getting credit from the magazine company, magazine distributor. YouTube page. Yeah, I'm sorry, Adam. It's crazy morning. I got up like 4 o'clock and then fell asleep again on the couch, and then woke up just before I was supposed to be on. And Jerry says 5 cents. Central Florida. 30 minutes from Disney. Yeah, Woolworths. Yep, 5 and 10. We had a 5 and 10 down the street from our house. That was very cool. I used to go in and get. That's when I got into model kits. Well, actually, when I lived in Charlestown, I was 5 years old. My father was taking me to a 5 and 10 on Bunker Hill, believe it or not. Almost right across the street from the Bunker Hill Monument, there was a cool 5 and 10. He would take me there once a week, once every 2 weeks or whatever. And, every once in a while I would get a model kit. And that's when I got into the horror kits. So, I mean, I still have my original Aurora kits that I did when I was a kid. But yeah, those are the good times. I mean, we had the 5 and 10 we had down the street from our house. It was old. It was already old at that time. But when you walk in the store, the floors creaked and buckled and moved and stuff a little, not, like you're going to fall through. But, and the penny candy and stuff like that. It was different times. I mean, we're going through different times now. But, yeah, it was cool. I don't know if we'll ever see anything like that again. Penny Day. Oh, you're at FedEx. Cool. Good morning, Penny. I'm just checking something here. Let's see. Oh, come on, man. Oh, only I can see that, huh? A lot of stores are leaving the malls and going back to regular storefronts. Yeah, I mean, I see a few. I know that, let me just text Tiffany. Are you okay from the earthquake? The fans in the chat room want to know. I just text her. Hello, Mick. How are you? Hey, Gal Friday. How are you doing? Sorry, there was an earthquake in Idaho, and I just wanted to touch base with Tiffany. Like Adam said, if she's okay. Yeah, Creaky Store, Dime Store. That's what it is. That's what it is. Today's my what? 1 year anniversary of being in the middle of nowhere? Where is that? Where's nowhere? So are you the nowhere man? Any suggestions to drive attention to my eBay page? Yeah, I mean, when you're listing on the bottom now, when you submit it, I don't know if it's on the phone app or it's everywhere, but it says you can promote the item also on Facebook and Twitter. So you could do that. I mean, I would go above and beyond. I would make an ad. You can go on to Canva. I think it's Canva. It's a design program that's free, I believe, online. And say, hey, visit my eBay store. I sell this, that, whatever it is. For good deals, go to this page and just go to your eBay store, click on the little, the door image, and that'll bring up your eBay store, copy the link and put that in and put it on a couple of places, like put it on Facebook Marketplace, or take a picture of one of the items. Say, I just listed this on my eBay store and I have more stuff like this. And put the link in. Put it on Craigslist. If you have something that is area specific, like snow pants or snow jacket, go to Craigslist in Colorado, Craigslist in Maine, wherever there might be a snow lift area, a ski lift area or something that still has skiing. Canada, put it on there. Try on your eBay, try promoted listings. You don't have to do 4, 5, 6%. Just try 1%. And if your stuff has been up for a long time, like for me, a long time is a few months. For some people, years. They'll have their stuff up. I want turnover. I want constant turnover. So if something you have, and I don't know how you are, you could be good with a year, 2 years. I don't know. I'm not. But if I've had something for a few months, I'll go in, I'll edit it, I'll change the title around a little, I'll do a search to see what everybody else or what has sold, and see what might have got it sold. If their title is much different than mine, I'll change my title. And then I'll still do 1% promoted listings. So I'm sorry for ranting and raving, but let me get on the chat, see if anybody else came up with some ideas. And Tennessee is the middle of nowhere for Mick. Except this, oh, it just jumped. All right, bear with me. Wow, Lisa was on for 5 hours. Wow. Yeah, I was just mellowing out last night. You know, we have to still deliver all the essentials, swing sets, makeup. Those are essentials, huh, Penny? Swing sets, makeup. Idaho. Yes. Yeah, Adam said the same thing, Gal. eBay to send you listings to social media. A lot of people now are talking about they're sending their listings or they're selling on Instagram. And all it takes is just put a picture, like I just listed this on eBay. And that's how you get to people to see what's in your store. I missed the 5 and dime stores. Yeah. True, but I was there, had a nap in the middle. I'm here in Tennessee. Been to Tennessee a couple of times. Okay, Mick, I'm sorry. You must have gone already. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah. Well, try some and then let us know. Let us know what's working. You know, let us know if any of the suggestions worked or if you had luck with anything. One of the big things I think is look at what's sold and look at what's, because there's going to be several, maybe like the products I sell. Usually there's a lot of people selling them. Sometimes you get one or two that sell for more money than the other ones. And look at those and see what they did different. Is the picture different? Did they give more information? The title? A lot of times it's all to do with the title because your keywords are in the title. And don't forget now that Google is making eBay be like Amazon, and they want white background all around the image. And you do that with the app on the phone. Yeah. Yep. Antique Mall. See, that's the thing with me. I love marketing. I had my first store in 1979, and sorry about that, potential spam. I would advertise it everywhere because at the time it was a video store, and my closest competition, I think, was like 30 miles away at the time before they became on every street corner. And I learned from a couple of the people that I was advertising with, like the Boston Herald, how to do it and what to do and stuff. And back then it was all cut and paste, but I still used to do my own, put my own together. So maybe, yeah, Google Ads. Yep. Cost. There's a cost to that, but you can limit the amount of money you spend. Yeah, it's true, Jerry. They do, Mike. You know, some items you need a black background, or I use like a gray. I have a gray cloth. Not that. I have a big gray cloth that I'll take some pictures on. But if you look at stores like Macy's or Nordstrom's or something, or even Hasbro and stuff like that, when they have an image of something, it's always a white background. It's and Amazon is the same way. It has to have. They tell you the picture has to have a white background. Oh, thank you, Adam. Yes, please. Thank you, everybody, for coming in as usual. If you're on the Facebook side, come over to the YouTube channel, join in the chat. This is my last couple of shows here at 9 a.m. And Friday, I have a guest that's coming. Hit the thumbs up for me, please, if you could. Friday, I have a guest coming on. We're going to talk about no new comics for the last week, 2 weeks now. No new books, no new comic books. What's going to happen with that? When are they going to release comic books? Are they still going to do comic books? So he's going to give us a little insight into that and how they're surviving through all this. I don't have a guest for tomorrow yet, but I always invite everybody to, come on in. Next Friday, the new show is going to be at 4. Hopefully you've seen the ad that I put out there. 4 p.m. Don't forget, Adam does a show Adam, promote your show for today in the chat. Adam does a show on. I wish John would come on, but he's chicken S to come on. I've been telling him for months, come on, let's do this. Even I'd be interested in the adult comics. What are the sci-fi ones called? I told him about the auction, Jerry, because John keeps telling me he's got a pallet of pops that don't sell. As you know, he's got pallets of old comics and shirts and media related stuff like Big Bang and Xena the Warrior, Princess, and because he does a lot of media stuff. And I says, sell them. There's resellers out there that would love to get this stuff, but he's chicken. I told him, I said, just aim the camera at the stuff and I'll do all the talking, and he still won't do it. He's probably on here listening. Right, John? Say something in the chat. I wonder if the DC rumors. Yeah, we were Buffy the Vampire Slayer. John and I happened to be helping because I go to Comic-Con with John. I went 7-8 years, and now I missed the last 5 years. And we walk the show before it opens. And the first year they introduced the pops. I said, wow. I said, you think these are going to take off? I said, they're kind of weird looking. And he says, who knows? He says, I ordered a couple of cases, but who knows? And all of a sudden it took off. But these days I tell everybody, I says, today's pops are tomorrow's beanies. Because it seems like that's the way they're headed. Popular, and they go and they crash. But they're not running out of characters to do. That's the one thing better than they have of beanies, is they're doing actual characters. And there's a lot of fans out there. Yeah, now Jerry says they're dead because there's too many. There is too many. And they're just killing themselves by doing that. But when you get the license, you got to profit as much from the license, because who knows how much the license is costing them for every character. So you got to make your money back when you can. Yeah, $3 to $5. Yep. It's like action figures and stuff like that. People go nuts over the exclusive one. The one that's one per case. So if a case of 12, they want the chase figure. They want the one piece. So for a store or somebody like me, I have to buy several cases, dump the stuff below cost just to mark up the chase figure that everybody wants. And that's why that happens. Now, McFarlane's doing it right, because he got the license to do the DC Batman line, and the series 1 came out. It was the Batman Who Laughs, Nightwing, and Batgirl. Well, the Batman Who Laughs sold out immediately everywhere. So he released, I don't know, I guess he thought about it, and he released that one in cases. So you could buy a case of that figure. I was lucky to get the last case from the distributor. Because now from a $20 figure, it's going for like $40. Yeah, I don't know if there is a set event. Well, there is character sets, D, like the cast of, I don't know. I don't know, to tell you the truth, but like the Batman cast or something like that. Or when they do a cast of the Big Bang Theory, they'll do one that'll be special or something like that, and then they'll re-release it in different clothes, and it's just they go on and on and on. They just capitalize on it. And that's what happens. Yep. Out of production, the price rises, then they re-release it, and the price goes. Yep. Yeah, Friends, He-Man. Yep. That's like He-Man. He-Man, the original He-Man stuff, was collectible. Now that's a different thing that happened. The He-Man original stuff was collectible. It wasn't as hot. But now Mattel not now, years ago, they started to re-release the He-Man figures in like the same packaging and everything, because they still have the molds. So instead of the originals tanking, they actually went up in value because people want the originals. So that was different, because usually when something like that comes out, it hurts, like Star Wars. When they re-released the figures, the original stuff tanked. Like the only Star Wars things that are really worth the good money is the very, very first from 78, 79. They called the 12 backs. So, this would be the card, but the back of the card would show the actual 12 figures that they released. Those are the 12 backs. Those are the ones that are still worth money. Oh, I saw you post that. Yep. I saw one in Walmart the other day. He's got the canister in his mouth. I don't know if they called that the Walmart exclusive, and they could do, the funny thing is they could do the canister in white for a Walmart exclusive. They could do the canister in red for a Target exclusive. And if you're a completist, which means you have to have everything, you're going to go crazy trying to find them all. Another company that does exclusives is that kids clothing company in the malls, Hot Topic. Hot Topic started a few years ago. Oh, Jerry's a completist. Yeah, I am too myself. I'll admit it. Hot Topic started doing toys a while back, and they got so hot into it that they do their own exclusives. So, but theirs are more limited than what Target and Walmart are. But try to find them. It's difficult. Spencer's, yep. I mean, John checked a couple of times to do exclusives, and you got to buy 5,000 pieces, and that's a big expense. It's a big expense. Yeah, there's more. There's no telling what everybody's. You got to go on their websites, like GameStop. GameStop is huge for having their own exclusive, because I think they're selling more toys than they are games these days. And now the news just came out, a week ago, that they're closing the first 300 stores, and supposedly they're going to convert all their stores to a different format. They want people to be able to play the games. I don't understand where they're going with it, but they're trying to adapt and stay in business. but they're closing their first round of stores across the country very soon. And that's the time to buy when you get a store going out of business, unfortunately. But that's the time to buy. I don't know if they're going to take their stock and move it to other stores, though. They could do that, too. A few stores have done that. I heard about that, Michael. I heard about that because I started to get big into sending games into Amazon. And I asked the neighbor's kid, I says, what do you guys do at your, well, he was playing with his friends. I said, what do you guys do at your games when you're all done with them? Do you just trade them into GameStop? And he said, no, nobody buys games anymore. I said, well, what do you mean? And he says, yeah, we download everything. And I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So anything else with everybody? Thanks for chatting with us. Thanks for stopping in, and please hit the like button for me. Subscribe. When you subscribe now, there's a choice of what to do. If you hit the bell, you could say all. So every time I go on, or whoever you subscribe to, you'll get notification. It used to be just hitting the bell gave you notification. Now you hit the bell, and you have to choose what notifications you want. Landshark Picker, how are you today? That's right. Don't forget Adam's show. I'm older than you, Mike, and I'll be older Saturday. Don't forget Adam's show today at 3:00 on Adam's channel, Adam's Exploits. Sounds pretty interesting. And then at 10, we have Nate and Anthony. Nate is Every Day I'm Hustling. Anthony is Pittsburgh. They do a show called Ecom and Beyond at 10 o'clock. A couple of cool guys. They talk about basically the same thing, different things too. Anthony has a GoPro, I believe. They both do. And Anthony has a few cool videos about going to some rummage sales. He has the GoPro mounted on his backpack strap, and they're filming. I couldn't believe how big this church rummage sale was, because down here I'm used to seeing a church rummage sale in just a big room, and everything's just thrown on tables. The one he went to had a basement, the next floor, and the next floor, full of room. It was like a whole big house. Every room had something different. And he said that they're going to stay open, do it once a month. So, I mean, it was amazing. All the stuff. 60 here. Yeah, I'll be 61. Hello, Sandy. Look who's up. Good morning, Sam. I'll be 61 in a couple of days. But I'll be back on tomorrow. Thanks, everybody, for coming in. I'll be back on tomorrow at 9, and then Friday at 9, and we'll hear about what's going on with the comic shops. How are they going to survive? And maybe Jerry can help me light a fire under John's tuchus and get him in here one day or one night and do an auction of his stuff, because I can't drive home now and help him with it. Can't get out of Florida, can't get through Jersey and New York or Connecticut. It's tough. So everybody, thanks for coming in. Be safe. Yeah, hit the thumbs up on your way out. Thank you. And be safe, everybody. And watch a movie, do try some online sourcing, and see what you can find. Maybe you can get some good deals. You can always, if you're in Florida, I don't know if the whole country's on lockdown, but you can always meet them at a grocery store parking lot. They're supposed to leave you alone if you tell them you're going grocery shopping or for necessities. Who knows? A PS3 or a PS4 might be a necessity. So have a good day, everybody. Stay safe. Friends, family, health first. And I'll talk to everybody tomorrow morning. Bye. Thank you. Bye.